Welcome to Elliott's PT podcast. I'm here to help you find your balance and live your best life guilt-free. I don't believe there is a one-size-fits-all approach for health and fitness. We're all different and we need to find out what works for us. I'm passionate about helping people make realistic, long-term lifestyle changes that they will stick to and they will take with them forever. I don't believe in crazy diets or short-term fixes. We all need to live and find a perfect balance in diet and exercise that suits our individual needs. I want to help you find your exercise mojo, feel great and achieve wonderful things. Here is Elliott's PT podcast by Renae Elliott. I think by far this is the favourite interview I've ever done. This is with my uncle Malcolm. So he is my grand's brother and they were up here visiting us and we happened to just be, he was looking at, checking out my studio because he hadn't seen it before. So he was checking it out and then we came back in and Uncle Malcolm just happened to say, oh yeah, I've got a fitness routine I've been doing for 50 odd years. And I was like, do you? He's like, yes, I do something, I do something every day. And I was like, that's amazing. So I said to him, can I please interview you for my podcast? And he said, yes. So I'm very lucky, but I think it's by far my favourite interview. And I really love Uncle Malcolm's philosophy on life. And I love how much fitness has been a big part of his life, but he doesn't let it take over. It's, he listens to his body. He does something when he, when he feels, like, I think he was saying he does exercises about 4 times a week, but he listens to his body. If he doesn't feel like doing a full hour, he just does what he feels like. And it shows he's really fit and active, and hopefully you'll be able to go on and see the video because he showed me some of the workouts he did. And I love so much as well that he was really focusing on lifestyle movements. And one thing he said, I'm not sure whether it was in the podcast or after, he was saying he practices like falling on the ground and getting himself up off the ground and getting up and down because, that's something that you've got to do. And he's really agile and he moves great. So it just, it was so great. And it's so lovely to see somebody that is just made fitness part of his life and how, how he's in his 80s, 84 years young, as Uncle Malcolm said, and he's still, he's got his own knees, he can move around, he does push-ups, sit-ups, all those other things. Other things he said is he works on his balance because he knows that having your balance is really important. And it's just, I think why I loved it so much is you don't have to just say, well, I'm old, I can't do this. If you keep moving, if you start moving at any age and you start moving and you keep going with it, you can live a long life, and be as active and fit and capable and doing things that you can. You don't have to go, well, I'm old, I can't do this, and my uncle is a great one to show for that. He has been able to he's kept active, and he can, he likes to go out walking and he, can do lots of things that some of his friends can't do because he has stayed active. And the other great thing is he was also talking about how important mental health is and how important exercise is for your mental health and keeping your brain activity going as well. So anyway, this is my favorite interview. So I hope you listen to it and you feel the same way. And here it is. I'll pass you on to my interview with my Uncle Malcolm about staying fit and active. So welcome, Uncle Malcolm.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, so firstly, we're going to talk about, how old are you? To start off with,
actually, young 84.
That's it, perfect. And I loved hearing when you came to visit us how you still exercise daily.
Yes.
So, what is your current exercise routine?
Well, I've got a varied routine. I've got I sort of do weights. I do rowing. I've got a treadmill and I've got a bicycle, a stationary bicycle. And I've got lots of exercises that I do, and I change it all the time there. So I never get bored of doing exercises.
Yeah, you mix it up.
And I feel when I'm exercising, I feel good. And only probably 3 or 4 days a week, spend an hour at that. But my body's so tuned that for over the years, if I don't do it, it tells me.
Yeah.
And so...
What do you feel when you don't do a workout? You don't do something?
I've got this feeling, I've got to do it. You know, if I don't do it, then I don't feel right.
Yeah.
So that's the way I just keep on going.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that now, exercising, I say every week, say 3 or 4 times a week, for probably 45, 50 years. That's a long time.
So good though, so good.
Yes,
it's so
yes.
good. I know lots of people would say, so I have no trouble exercising on my own. So you've got your own little setup. You said you've got your own setup in your at your home. And we were just saying before, and you said you moved the coffee table.
Yeah.
So Uncle Malcolm's in an apartment. So you said that he moved the coffee table and you were doing push-ups on the floor.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What did you do this morning?
I done about 15 push-ups on the floor there. I done crunches on the side. I just use what's around there to do that. And what's going up?
Sit-ups. But I know lots of people would say they struggle with motivation. So what would you say keeps you motivated? Like to do it. So people would come on holiday. When I go on holidays, I always go for a run, or I always do something like you. Like I'll do something out on the balcony, or but lots of people go, oh no, like they can't be motivated enough to do that. What keeps you motivated?
I'm always motivated, and I say my body tells me.
Yeah.
Get in there and do that.
Yeah. So good. It's so good.
Yeah, yeah.
And so what was exercise like for you growing up?
Oh, exercise when I was growing up. Well, exercises ran the whole time.
Yeah.
I always played soccer.
Yeah.
And I lived in a community where there was plenty of kids around. And so there was always, even if there wasn't a soccer ball there, we used to sort of make up a soccer ball with whichever material we had, and we'd play. And there was always kids around there. And at school, we played in the school soccer team. So soccer's been part of my life up and I think I stopped playing when I was 55.
That's so good. That's so good.
So, yeah. And I didn't take it, I took it seriously when I was up to, going right through, up to about 25 or so, I took it seriously. And I done reasonably well with the soccer, because I was in the army for a couple of years there, and I managed to get into the army soccer team.
Yeah, cool.
And that was just so good, because when all the rest of them were out there training and doing all the things, I was a part of this group, but it's doing soccer training. And
that's so good.
So that's a motivation, isn't it?
Totally.
Yeah.
Do you think so you said you've done the same exercise routine for, what did you say, 40 or 50 years?
Yeah. No, not actually the same. It's always been sort of different. But I've kept moving.
You've kept moving for the same time.
I've kept moving all that time there. You know? And even things like wiggling my toes every now and again. And just watch my fingers.
So good.
Just try and get the whole body working and massaging my head. That's all part of the whole thing. It's all part of your body.
Yeah.
And you've got to get everything.
Move everything.
Moving.
So good.
Yes.
So good. Has there ever been a time you've not exercised?
No.
No,
I can't remember anything. Of course, when you're sick and whatnot.
Yeah.
When if you've got the flu or whatever that, then you get sick. Well, you've got to stop. But it just takes you a bit of time to get back in again.
Yeah.
But there's no problem at all. And also, it's the exercise is one thing, but having good food is another thing.
Yeah.
And also being in love is another one.
That is lovely.
Yeah.
So why do you think that exercise is important? So there's people that would be at your age and would think that they couldn't exercise.
Well, that's right, because they didn't start 40, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's why.
Yeah.
It's difficult for anyone to start.
Yeah.
So the best thing, if you want to be fit when you're 84, 85, is to start when you're 35.
Yeah. Yeah.
And keep on going.
Yeah. Don't give up.
And then it's no problem.
Yeah.
But if you wait till you're 80 and say, I'll need to start exercising because I can't touch my toes or I can't do this.
Yep, it's harder.
Too late.
Yep, yep. There's a lady I'll show you. She's her name is Joan something, but she only started training when she was 70.
Yeah.
And she's amazing. She's so inspiring. She only started, and she had all these different disease, like lifestyle diseases, and she's got rid of all of them.
That's good.
Yeah,
well, she's motivated, isn't it?
And now she now inspires lots of other people. She's amazing.
Yeah.
I'll show you who she is after. Yeah. And so health wise, we were talking about this yesterday. You have you're not on any medications or
no medication at all.
No.
And I go to the doctor probably about once a year for blood tests and everything. But as far as taking certain pills for certain things, no, I don't need it at this stage here.
No.
I'm happy with my health because I go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
And I think if you're happy and healthy, life is good.
It's definitely. How has exercise changed for you? So the way you exercise now, how has it changed from over the years?
Well, over the years, as far as when I was younger, I used to do a lot of running.
Yeah.
Running, doing that, and exercising like that, and being intense. But as I've got older, I've sort of not run so much, but do a lot of walking.
Yep.
So the walking is more than actually the running. Also, when it's doing any weights and whatnot, I just take it easier.
Yeah.
So I balance it.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
Totally.
Totally, you balance your.
Do you think you just listen to the cues from your body? Is that
all
what
the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
I think that's what lots of people struggle with. I don't think they pick up on their body's cues. Yeah. Some people are doing an exercise and they'll say, "Oh, it's hurting," and I'm like,
"Stop."
Yeah, don't keep going. Oh, it's pulling in my back, and I'm like, why do you keep going? Like, because if it's pulling in your back, you're not working your bicep. If you're doing a bicep curl, say, and I'm like, it's not meant to happen. But they think I just have to push through. But no, don't.
I don't do numbers. Sometimes, if I'm doing sort of push-ups, I push it up, and I might get to 9, and I might usually do 15, 20. Get to 9, that's enough.
Yeah, just how you feel that day.
Yeah.
That's so good.
And that's listening to what your body's saying there from it. And so it's easier.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good. I think I do the same. There's some days I can do lots and other days I just don't feel like it. And I don't beat myself up about it either. There's lots of people that have this all or nothing mentality. So they feel like they have to do...
Why?
I don't know.
There's always tomorrow.
Yeah, I love that.
Take it easy tomorrow.
Yeah, people feel like they have to do it all and like go really hardcore, and then no,
just hang back.
I just had a girl, I run different programs, and she's doing one of the programs, and she's was struggling with stuff, and I said, let's just focus on one thing. So we've just focus on one thing. And I said, don't worry about your food or your sleep. I said, let's just get you moving, just exercise. So 3 times a week, that's all I want you to do. I don't want you to do nothing else. And she did about 4 or 5 workouts last week because she just took, and then she realized that I didn't know, but she had a treadmill at home, and I said to her, you've got a treadmill, you can get your steps up, because we try to have a step goal. You can get your steps up. And she said, I didn't realise I could only walk on it for 10 minutes. She thought, if I can't walk for an hour, I may as well not do it at all.
Yeah,
so that's that all or nothing. People have that. They feel like, well, if I can't do it properly or can't do... I just... Because I think if I can do a little bit, I'll just do a little bit in the time I have, whatever I can fit in.
No, another thing, I play golf twice a week.
Yeah.
Golf. And even with that, there's 4 of us we play golf. And sometimes if we get to, say, we only play 9 holes.
Yeah.
If we get to the 7th hole and we've had enough, we stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
And other times we go to 9 and we may go round again.
Yeah. Just depends on how you feel.
Depends how we feel at the time.
Yeah.
And that's...
That's good. That's exactly what...
Yeah.
That's... Why do you think it's important to stay active, regardless of your age?
Well, it's very important in every asset of life. It's got to be active. You've got to be able to active. You've got to be able to do things, and just this is life, isn't it? Really, you've got to be able to walk up and down stairs. It's just everything about it, really. Yeah. And when you're not active, when you're sometimes when you don't feel well and you've got to go to bed and get the blankets in bed and you can't do what you usually do, it makes you feel a bit rough until you think, well, I'm going to get over this. And when you do get over it and you get back into the train again, you go, yes, that's it. It's, to me, good health and being active is normal. Anything other than that, then it's like going downhill. You've got to get back up there to be normal again.
Do you think it was just instilled in you, or do you think just because you just played soccer, you just continued, or do you think to stay active from a young age?
It's a young age. I've always been active at a young age, and that then. But being active and being healthy, and also being happy. Another part is you've got to be with people.
Yeah.
That's most important, being with people. And
like
you've got to enjoy people as well.
He's a happy soul, naturally.
Yeah, he is.
He's happy now, and he keeps you happy. He makes you laugh.
So are you. This is Barbara, this is Uncle Malcolm's wife in the background. Don't.
Yeah. And we do laugh a lot.
We do laugh a lot, mate. We do picture people.
We are really very much alike.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're different, aren't you?
Oh, but Barbara, when it comes into the retirement village, she's the queen of the girls. No, it's great to see.
I'm here. What we're doing. I love it.
And that's.
I love it.
Yeah,
do you see people, so going back to why I think it's important to stay active, do you see people, you live in a retirement village, but do you see people in there that struggle with things that you could do that are maybe younger than you? Or,
yes.
Yeah.
Every day I see that.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
And they struggle, and they say, sometimes they say, oh, it's okay for you. And you say, yeah, it's okay for me.
Yeah, but you made that choice.
Yeah.
Where they didn't.
They didn't. Yeah.
Do you think that's what I was asking before, do you think it's a conscious, so for me, my motivator for exercising is because I want to live like a good quality life. So I feel, my belief is, I feel the fitter and the stronger I am, whatever gets thrown at me in life, I'll be able to cope with it better. Exactly. I'm not meaning that I'm going to be immune to things, but I just feel like I can cope with it.
Better. Yes, definitely.
So that's my, I don't need to be a certain size. I don't need to be a muscle woman or anything like that. I just need to know that I'm active and fit so that I can cope with whatever things. And I feel like, that I can age as well as possible.
Yeah.
So did you have that conscious thought, or it just happened?
No, I didn't have a conscious thought of that then. But I'll give you an example there. We love cruising, right? Going cruising. And we thought, well, okay, we're going cruising. But when you're cruising, it's not a case of just lying back the whole time, right? You've got to get up them stairs, and sometimes you've got to get upstairs. You've got to do a lot of moving around. You've got to get off, and you've got to start walking.
Yeah.
And this is one little section of life. To do that, and to do it when you're healthy and happy and fit, is much more. You get much more pleasure from it.
Yeah.
Than what you would if you had to struggle up the stairs.
Yeah.
If you struggle around, and also. Both of us, we enjoy our food, so we do. When you say, what kind of food do I eat? You name it and I eat it. It's as simple as that. Yeah. So if you enjoy your food there, well, you've got to be healthy and look forward to it. And life, you can go around about and go, oh, it's meal time now, or that, then. Or you can turn off, rub your hands, I wonder what's for tea tonight. And that's really where we're coming from there. Yeah. It's for every section of life that you've got to be able to look forward to it and relish it with the food. And I think that all comes to the part of the package. That's with me, the package is the whole
thing. Yeah, that's my that's my thoughts. I think people don't like things like getting, like I guess sometimes my like getting a jar from a top cupboard just because of shoulder strength or like, opening the jar or those things that people don't think they don't think about it. Yeah. But that just having basic strength is important. Getting up and down off a chair.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Just exactly right then there. And something like that happens. I mean, you may drop something, get down on your knees to pick it up.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the village can't do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's actually, I do things like that in my routine. I fall down on the floor.
Like getting up and down, yeah.
Yeah, I fall down and I roll over. That's all part of the sort of things that I do.
Yeah.
Active.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Do you make a conscious thought of, I want to make sure I can do these things because of what you see people struggle with, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Another thing I do, I make sure I can cut my own toenails.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because of bending down.
Yeah,
or bending that way.
That sounds silly, doesn't it? But that's
it's like things you don't think about. Yeah. That's so good. That's so good. So it's so interesting, the things that, I think, can you still, like, is there things you could do before that you can't do now? Exercise or any exercise-wise or anything? Like, obviously, you used to run, but you don't really run now. You walk, but is there anything else that's really changed?
I don't think so. I don't run anymore as I do. I can still swim, but not that as good as it could do. I'm walking. For my style of life, there's nothing holds us back, Barbara, isn't it, really, health-wise, with me in fitness?
No.
No.
Don't run now because there's no need to run.
No need to run there. But I can get down in my back and I can get up and do that.
That's so cool.
No worries.
Pick me up when I fall.
I can do that to catch you. How has exercise helped you in other ways?
Well, I think it's kept me young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. It's kept me active.
Yeah.
And when different friends and whatnot were there, they don't exercise there, and I can see them struggling, and I can see them, rather than doing anything, exercising, that a lot of them start taking the pills and medication.
Yeah.
Where if you don't need it, why bother taking it?
Yeah.
If you can do it by exercises, right? If you get a sore shoulder, if you get sore shoulders and whatnot, instead of, that's no good there, I'll rub it with this and I'll take a pill. No, just think about it, what's causing it, and then just slowly, it may take a week or two, but you'll get there.
Yeah.
And patience is a thing too.
Yeah. I think lots of people struggle with the patience one.
The patience side of it there.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
How do you think, you were saying it's good for your head too, like your mental health?
Yes.
Yeah. How do you feel it helps that way?
Because I think if you're healthy and you can walk around, and with people, you got to be able to talk to people and be aware of people, and also just understanding things, watching the television and understanding what the plot is about, simple things like that.
Yeah.
And
you feel exercise helped with all those things?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Because if you can. Well, one of the main things with life is breathing, isn't it? Because once you stop breathing, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, we'd be worried if we're not breathing.
So when you're breathing there, that's your lungs aerate and your blood, and it's going right through the whole part.
Yeah.
So health is about from the top of your head right down to your toes.
Yeah.
And you've got to, if everything's working okay, and you're breathing okay, and there's your muscles are working okay, then you can think better.
Yeah.
That's just common sense, I think. You can think better.
You're clearer.
And healthier.
Yeah.
Healthier. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can tackle crosswords now and again.
Do you, you said before, do you feel, like I get grumpy if I don't do a workout. Like I feel, and there'll be some days that Lee will say, just go for a run and then come back and we can start our day. So does it ever make you feel, do you feel like yourself, you said your body tells you if you've not done a workout that, do you ever feel right, I just need to do this and then I can get on with my day, or you don't feel that way?
No, I never feel that
You
way.
don't get
'cause
grumpy though. I
don't
can't see you
get
grumpy. No.
when it comes to the exercise. No, I don't get grumpy.
No.
If one day I can't do as much as what I did the previous day, well, so what?
Yeah.
There's always the next day.
Yeah.
And doing
I
it.
just know for me, it's like, especially running, I like running. Running is like my stress management tool.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so some days I'm just like, if sometimes I've had a rough week and I might not have worked out as much. So it might get to the end of the week and I haven't really done anything. Then I will feel grumpy because I need to
Yeah,
move
I can
in
understand
some
that.
way.
I can understand
Does that
that.
affect you in that way?
No.
No.
No, because I'm at this lovely age of retirement that
Are you?
it doesn't really matter at
Yeah.
the time. You know, we've got 2 times, it's dark and light.
yeah, it doesn't matter in
And
that way
what's-
for you. Yeah.
What's in between is enjoyment.
Yeah, that's so good. That's good.
It's good that I'm here.
Yeah, it's so good to see. So you said you do things laying on the ground and getting up. Give an example of your routine. So what do you do? Do you just have a plan in your head, or do you just go?
No, I'll tell you what I do. I start off with weights.
So you're going to be able to see his example. So you do bicep curls.
Yeah, I start off with 3 kilogram weights.
Yeah.
Right? And it's there like that. Might do about 5 of them like that. And then up like that.
Over your head. So now we're going to overhead presses.
Forward like that.
And now he's doing a standing chest press.
And then it's like that then.
And now he's doing side raises.
And then I've got the weight and I go right round. Like that, right round.
So he spins the weight the whole way round
Right and back.
for his shoulder.
And the same as this one here. All right round like that then. And then the weight's down and it's like that.
Yeah.
And back.
So now he's doing a stretch with his shoulders for his back.
From
Yeah.
there. 1, 2, 3, that then. And then I go down to the right down and up.
Oh yeah.
What do you call it?
So now he's doing
Down.
some squats. Yeah.
What's with that? That's into it. And then down here from that, it's like
So now he's touching the toes.
palms of the hand.
Yeah.
Like that.
So he's doing a little pulse. Yeah.
Yeah. And then down, stretch.
So good. It's so good you do stretches too.
Yeah. Stretch it up. Yeah. One more.
Yeah, that's good. No, that's perfect. That's so good. You show us your push-ups.
Push-ups. Yeah. I've got my own way of doing the push-up, which is up and down. Up.
That's so good. And we were just saying before, we started that you don't have to do it. That's perfect. That you're skipping. You can skip too.
Oh,
Son
yeah.
didn't think you could skip and he can.
I was skipping.
You don't need to skip. That's perfect.
You can do skipping there with that.
Yeah, that's
And then-
amazing. That's so good.
And
Oh, now
then
just
this,
crunches.
And I go right away over there.
Oh, you stretch, yeah.
Over there, right away over there.
And did you just learn this stuff through the years, do you think?
Yeah. Just for the years,
You just learnt what's good for you.
and just changing it. And then the crunch.
That's so good.
Got
That's
going
perfect.
machine, haven't you, too?
So you just said you're fussy on your weight.
Yeah,
What do you do? Do you weigh yourself?
Every morning.
Oh, you weigh yourself every morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Part of my routine.
Yeah.
Yes. And if I'm a kilogram over, I eat less that day.
Oh, yeah.
And if I'm a kilogram under,
Mm-hmm.
I eat more that day.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's good to stay on, say, 85 kilograms for me, all my clothes fit me all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
But it's important. You don't want to lose any weight either.
Oh, no.
No, you wouldn't want to lose.
Won't let you
Yeah,
lose
yeah,
weight.
No.
No, you've got to keep up with
Well, you've got to keep up with the weight there. Yeah.
What do you think, Barb, makes you nervous? Obviously, your knees. So Barb's had 2 knee replacements.
Yeah.
No, I just got a bit lazy.
When did you stop, do you think?
I think it's through COVID.
It's. But you also, did you do? You did your wrist as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, well, she's been unlucky. in
Yeah,
that
you've
area.
like
Yeah.
had a few
Yeah,
things.
and so-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's times where Barbara's just sort of got that way, she can't be bothered.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
I think it's totally okay.
That's okay.
Still walk. I can
Yeah.
walk.
Yeah.
And that's,
She walks
well, not
so far.
enough.
That's it.
I must do more.
Yeah.
When I go back from here, I'll continue and I'll make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll make myself and I'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
You just get out of it, get lazy.
I know it's hard. It's easy to. That's why I always say to people, like, if you are gonna stop, like, it's like someone will be like, oh, you know, and I'm like, but once you stop, it's so much harder to get started. Like, so say like miss one, you know, thing, but you start to miss the second one, you're creating a new habit to not come, you know, or to not make it work. And I think.
Oh yeah, definitely motivation, and you got to do it. Once you do it and get into routine.
Yeah, you always feel better for it.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone that like does a workout and says, oh, I feel horrible. I wish I never did that. I don't think anyone ever feels that way.
You know, what I've found over the years is that your muscles have got good memories.
They do.
And so if you only did, say you did 10 push-ups, and then you'd only feel like doing 5 push-ups, and the next, say 6 push-ups, your muscles still remember. You can do 10 when you feel doing 10.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing there. So you don't have to have every day do the exact same.
No.
Because every day is different.
Different, exactly. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I think that's so good. So good. And you were saying before you still have your knees and hips.
Yeah, knees, hips, the whole thing there. Yeah, they're still looking good. Barbara reckons I've got sexy knees.
You've got nice legs. I always thought you had nice big legs.
Big supple legs.
No.
I think you said Barbara's got sexy knees last night, didn't you?
Oh yeah. A bit of a scar.
I know.
I used to have nice legs. Yeah, but
Oh, she did, yeah. Oh, she had.
when I look at
On
other
that,
people,
she
at my
and
age,
a-
I think,
Yeah,
all right.
I think you're very all right. Yeah. All right. So to finish off, what would you say to anyone who either thinks they're too old that they can't exercise, or if they're at a different age, what would you say to them to stay active?
Stay active there, yeah.
What would your motivational bit be?
Even if you're 84, get in and do it.
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's never. Yeah. You start at any time. And it's just when anyone starts, they don't have to do everything.
No. Like you said, you
Keep it
only do
easy.
5 or so. That's perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I'm sure you've inspired people. You will. I know you definitely will. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening to the Elliott's PT podcast. I hope you have been able to find this information of use to you. If you know someone who might enjoy this podcast, please share it with them and ensure that you subscribe so you can be the first to know when new podcasts are released. If you have the time to leave a 5-star review, that would be amazing and it would be greatly appreciated. If you do so, please screenshot and share onto any of our socials and tag us. Then email the screenshot to hello@elliotspt.com and we will send you a free gift to your inbox. Thanks so much. Have an amazing day. Speak soon.